do? What's going on? I'm Miss Moffat, sitting on top. It's ready to spill the tea and tell all the gossip. So you're going to get a twofer here. So I went on vacation. I'm back. So I actually have 2 reviews for you for Queen Sugar Season 2, Episodes 6 and 7. And we're going to go in order, and because basically both of these episodes are mutually... they're together, basically. You can't do one without the other. So we start the episode out. Charlie is getting ready to open this mill. She's having a grand opening. You got the signage, you got the building. She's going to have this big party. And Micah tells her, you know, Granddad will be very happy for you. And that really touched Charlie because she's doing this for her dad. She, you know, remember, she wasn't able to see her dad or talk to her dad before he passed away. So she made him a silent promise that whatever happens, she's going to get this farm running, and the mill is actually a positive product of her keeping that farm running. So, so to document the opening of the mill, we have a reporter from this prestigious magazine coming to do his story. And I don't think he's interested in anything of how this mill works. He wants to get the dirt. Because the first thing on his mouth was, where's Davis? And she gives him every bit of what Davis has an endorsement that he was pre-scheduled before we knew any of this was going on. He's like, huh. Well, I said, that's just too bad. And considering all the assault allegations, and she had to check him real quick. Well, first of all, Davis wasn't convicted of any assault or accused. And yes, we had to pay a payout to Melania, the girl, but it was hard, but we're making it through. And he's reading into her. He knows that this story that she's trying to sell is not what's really going on. So they go on a tour with Charlie, the reporter, and Remy. And then he starts questioning, well, what's the purpose of Remy? And Remy's like, Remy's like, well, I'm actually a overseer. I can give a consultant point of view on how to raise farms because Charlie doesn't have any experience. And Charlie pipes in, and Remy's also a professor at LSU in agriculture. So he's giving me the insight of how to run a successful mill in the community. And again, that reporter still has his side eye up, like, oh, okay, whatever you say. So also in this episode, it's the 1-year anniversary of Grandpa Ernest Rodolon's death. And they're getting ready to have this big service, and it's especially hitting Charlie hard because what we find out, and what they don't talk about a lot, are the mothers of this family. We know that the kids are all connected by Grandpa Bordelon, but we never talk about their mothers. So I came to the conclusion that Nova and Ralph Angel have the same mother, and then of course Charlie has another mother. I don't know if he had an affair with Charlie's mother, or did Ralph Angel's mother die and then he got with Charlie's mother. I kind of have a feeling it's an affair situation because Ralph Angel's the baby and Charlie is older, so he had to have had some kind of relationship within his marriage. So we come to the grand opening of the mill. We have the mayor there, city councilmen, farmers. Charlie is dressed to the nines. That blouse she had on was just gorgeous, and it was so flattering. And Darla's helping her, and Darla's dealing with a situation, and she spills coffee on herself. So Charlie tells her, "Hey, go upstairs to the loft, pick out an outfit, come down." And she picks out this beautiful mesh dress, and it just fit her so well. And when they go down to the party, Ralph Angel's giving her shit about it. He said, oh, now you're working for her, now you're wearing her clothes. She said, she's just helping me out. I spilled some on my clothes. He said, you do look good, though. I said, man, he needs to get over that. But we're going to get to that here in a minute. So Charlie gives this remarkable speech about how she's kept her promise to her father, and how her siblings are doing this for the legacy of her father, and also to have a mill that's going to have the farmers back in this community. And it's just so nice to see a African-American family actually own something in St. Josephine Parish and be prosperous with it. So that's why this is so important. In the midst of her mingling with the crowd, the alarm goes off, and they find out there's a choke in the machine. There's too much cane going through at one time, and it stopped up. And Remy's like, it's cool, we'll just have to clean it out by hand. Charlie, take some of Jack, I'll do it. I said, girl, you got a silk blouse on. Where are you going? She starts cleaning out the cane and crying. She's really having a breakdown. She wants everything to be perfect. And the sooner she realizes everything is not going to go her way, the better off she will be. But she was having a breakdown, and the reporter just so happened to be there too, and he caught it. He catches her outside, and he's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah. Why you don't have a drink in your hand? Let me take care of that." He said, "No, really. Are you okay?" And she's like, "You saw that?" He's like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Listen, I saw it, and I'm gonna write a story about it." She said, "Listen, don't do that. You're not gonna disrupt my father's legacy like that. Listen, write the story as is, and I'll give you something better." He goes, "I'm listening. What are you gonna give me?" "I'm divorcing Davis, and if you keep the story to the way I want it, I'll give you the exclusive." He was like, "Cool, I'll take that," because that's gonna be a big story. So we get to the end of the night, and everything's a success, and Darla and Charlie are upstairs recapping, and Charlie's like, "We did a good job, huh?" And Darla's like, "Yeah, we did." And Charlie went over there and grabbed 2 wine glasses and a bottle of wine, and then she thought about it. She said, "Oh, here it is. Oh, you came and drink." And Darla's like, "No, but it's okay. I'll take some iced tea." And I was like, "Why are you giving her some iced tea? Driving through Long Island." So we get to pop service, and it's very spiritual. They're basically telling him, we uphold your request, and we kept the farm going. We even got a meal out of it. We just want you to be proud of us, Father. While Nova is channeling her dad, I guess, Blue drops Kenya. He looks, he said, something ain't right here. So we get back to the house, and Blue is under the curtain crying. He's like, "What's wrong?" He said, "That's not Kenya." And Ralph Angel's like, how do you know that? Because I gave Kenya a birthmark, and this dog don't have a birthmark, so this is no parts of Kenya. And Ralph Angel really had to talk him off the ledge. She said, "Well, you know what, you're going to have to get over Kenya. That's how it happens in life. People come through our life, we have to lose them, and it's time to move on." So Blue understood. He's like, "Okay, I'll be a big boy." So we get to this dinner. And Aunt Vi done cooked. She done had a beautiful spread. She goes, "Ralph Angel, will you say grace?" He goes, "No, I'm good." I have never heard anyone in my life turn down to say grace. I've never seen that. I said, "Oh my gosh. Somebody will give him a switch," because he needs one. And Nova looks at him. She's like, "Ralph Angel." So he starts to pray. And he's like, "Oh, Father God, thank you for the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees. And you know what? I ain't been honest with y'all." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, we ain't done praying." He tells the sisters, because remember, Aunt Vi knows, Hollywood knows this, that he found the letter that their dad left him, the sole owner of the farm. And when I tell you, Charlie and Nova are not having that, Charlie says, "So you've been lying to me to get my money." Ralph Angel's like, "No, I haven't." And then Nova goes in, and you know what? She found out also in this episode that her dad was working at a janitorial service. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought they already knew that from first season. That they had investigated, and they found out that he was a janitor, and that was upset. But maybe I'm wrong. But she goes, and he was sweeping and mopping floors and cleaning up after people for you. And I'm thinking to myself, Ralph Angel said it, but I'm thinking to myself, well, you were 20 minutes away. Charlie was living the NBA life in LA. Why weren't y'all doing anything? How's this my fault? And here it is. This is what got Nova upset. He goes, well, she jumps up actually. He goes, well, you wouldn't know what I was doing. You wasn't here either. He's like, yeah, you too busy getting other brothers out of jail. You can't even fight for your own brother. And then she flipped the script. She said, Miss Black Lives Matter. She goes, well, whatever you did to be in jail, you did it yourself. Oh, so that's how you feel, Nova. I thought that was completely low and out of character for Nova to sit there and say that about her brother. Yeah, he committed a crime, but he paid his time. He paid his restitution. Don't sit there and throw that in his face because you upset because of what you didn't do. So I'm going to actually go right into episode 7 because it's actually a continuation. So we come back, they're still upset, and I'm making Charlie and Nova stay because they was done. They were ready to walk out. She's like, no, you're not going to walk out. We're going to handle this right now, okay? So they say, everybody take a break. We'll come back. Nova goes into the back bedroom. She's upset. And Aunt Vi read her for Phil. She's like, well, Nova, you didn't even care about the farm to be this upset. So what's really going on? And the bottom issue with Nova is she's never felt accepted by her dad. She's always felt like he worshipped Charlie because she was from another woman, and Ralph Angel was the baby and he was the son, and she just didn't fit anywhere, and he just didn't appreciate her. And I said, yeah, that makes sense now. And she's jealous of Ralph Angel because they had a better relationship, and he was so enamored by Ralph Angel and who he was, and that he didn't show her the same love, if you will. So that's her problem. So while they're taking a break, Charlie's outside on the phone and Remy calls her. And there's this farmer. Now here's the deal. I love my family to death. However, when my family calls me for a favor, knowing that there's rules and protocols to this thing, I don't expect me to go the extra mile and you not with no promise on paying me back or no plan, no outline. He calls Charlie. He knows his farmer that needs to get his meal or his cane processed, otherwise it's going to sour. But he doesn't want to do a contract, and he doesn't want to pay a down payment. Where they do that at? So you want extra treatment? Not only I don't know you. Now, granted, Remy is vouching for you, but that's probably why black people can't keep money in the community. Now, we so busy doing favors for people and not holding them accountable for making sure they fall or go through with their business endeavors. So I don't know you. Remy's vouching for you, and you don't want to pay a down payment. That's a problem. So Charlie goes back inside. She's like, okay, don't worry about it. I'll just drop the contract, and we'll work out a payment later. She goes in. Darla's sitting there with Ralph Angel. She goes, Darla, can you go down? And she didn't ask. She said, I need you. And I got a problem with that, being in management. I can't stand when someone goes up to someone. You need to go do this. Can you please? Do you have time? You talk to people a certain way, but she goes, you need to go down to the shop and draw up a contract for this farmer. And Ralph Angel's like, no, she don't. She gonna stay right here with me because y'all not finna gang up on me. And Charlie said, Darla, I said, you need to go down to the shop before this man's cane sours and get this contract done. No, you gonna stay down here. Now, Darla asked Ralph Angel to come outside because Ralph Angel is making her choose between him and her job. Now, Darla had to come outside and check Ralph Angel on this. Now, mind you, a couple episodes ago when they had the white flies on the cane, Darla left her job to go help him scrub, and she had to remind him about that. Help him scrub those flies. She lost her job because of that. So here we are again. You want me to lose another job just because you don't want to be man enough to stand up to your sisters? Come on now. She gave him all an eye roll, and she said, I'm not going to do that. You don't tell me what to do. I was so proud of Darla, actually. That was the first time I actually seen her have a backbone like that. She said, you're not going to tell me and allow me to do. I do what I want to do. You can call it you can call it betrayal, but I call it love. And that's what she was getting him, some tough love. You need to stand up and be a man. If you want to own this farm and sit up there and throw in people's face that you have ownership of this farm, then you need to be a man and stand up to your sisters and let them know this is your farm. You don't need me for that. This has nothing to do with me. So, Nova gets the box that the letter was in, and I'm thinking, why hasn't Ralph Angel did this? She goes through the box, there's pictures of her mother in there, letters from Charlie, jewelry, her mother's wedding ring. I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these heirlooms in this box that are just sitting up in the house. So that was nice to see, because you know, as black people, we don't have a lot of heirlooms in our family. There's nothing passed down to us. So that's nice. They got land that's passed down to them, a house, heirlooms. So it's good to see this. And like I said, this show does a great job of displaying characters and situations that we do not see in the black community. So Nola rereads the letter, and they're at the farm now. Charlie and Ralph Angel and Aunt Vi and Nova. And Nova both burst in. Now, why would Daddy said he's going to give this farm to the one that needs it the most? He says you need it the most because you mess up the most. And that just letting Ralph Angel not pay his due and giving him a chance. And first of all, someone explain to me why it's such a big deal that Ralph Angel has control of the farm. I get it. Charlie is probably still using her money to finance the farm, but they can still work together. I hope that Ralph Angel doesn't think, well, since I'm owner of the farm, I can do this on my own. I don't need your help. I hope he's not going that route, because they all need to do this together. Number two, what does Nova do? What's her contribution to the farm that she's so upset that Ralph Angel got this letter? Again, when she reread that letter, she's more upset that her dad has never showed her that kind of affection. That's what's wrong with Nova. So, they tell Ralph Angel, you're not ready. You're not ready to warn this farm. And frankly, if you want to go the route of taking this to the lawyer, you can, but we're going to fight you on it. I'm like, okay, this is real sloppy. I think they should have waited. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest, Ralph Angel shouldn't have said anything. He should have let it go. If you want my opinion, he never should have said nothing about that letter. Keep working the farm, and all would have been good. I don't know why he felt the need, or I know why he felt the need. I don't know why he went about it this way to tell his sister that he has ownership of this farm, because he didn't have a plan. What's your plan B now? So now let's say you're the owner of the farm. Now what? You got your little $5,000. Now what? That takes way more money to run that farm than $5,000. So he's upset that no one believes in him. So that's where that stayed. David shows up to Charlie's loft and brings her a ice cream maker as a housewarming present. And Charlie goes, as a thank you, she goes, well, I'm going to the magazine to tell them that we're getting a divorce. And David says, so how is it you get to act any way you want to act and talk about our divorce when you feel like talking about it, but want to scold me for doing it? She said, it don't matter what you say, I'm still doing it. She just likes to be in control. I'm not saying she needs to get back with Davis, but damn, don't sit up there and scold that man for living his life, but you can jump up and make rash decisions whenever you feel like, and everybody has to be okay with it. That's not right. So then she has a meeting with Remy, and Remy tells her that he used to talk to her dad, and her dad used to say that she's so thoughtful. And he thought that was a flattering comment until he met Charlie. And he said when he said thoughtful, maybe he was talking about you being calculated. You're very calculated in everything that you do. This meal, the farm, and me. And Charlie didn't like that, baby. She says, you need to leave. But I feel Robert. Oh, I'm sorry. Not Robert, but Remy. You know, he was Robert on the Cosby Show. I feel Remy. But Charlie, you know, they had that moment back in season 1 where they cuddled and kissed or whatever. And she just left it that she's just stringing him along. When are you going to put some closure to what you want to do with Remy? And whenever it's convenient for her, she goes, I'm married, or I'm working on my divorce. And Remy's like, what? I'm tired of it. It feels just calculated, like you're using me to get what you want. So Nova is over what's going on with the meal with Ralph Angel, and she's going to Atlanta to get her shelves dusted. And I don't blame you, girl. I'll go to the ATL too. Because again, she's not doing anything for the farm. She's being morally supportive, but she doesn't. Matter of fact, when Charlie had put that $100,000, she took the money to go bail Too Sweet out of jail. So she's taken from the business. So sorry about that, everyone. Had too much memory, had to delete some stuff. But I'm back. So Nova is going to Atlanta, and so she spent that money. And, you know, someone just brought up a good point, my husband did. He said she ain't even paid that money back. And she mad at Ralph Angel, talking about he's not responsible. So anyway, girl, go on to Atlanta. So the show ends with Charlie talking to a reporter. And they're doing a recap of all the successes that the meal has had thus far. And he goes, so what do you think your dad would say about the meal and what's everything that's going on? And she's thinking about Remy. She's thinking about Aunt Vi. She's thinking about Ralph Angel, Nova. And she just gets lost in her words. And she goes, I don't know. And that's how the episode ended. So there's a lot going on. I just want them to realize that they work better as a team than they do separately. There's no reason why Ralph Angel is only over the farm. Sure, he could work the farm, but they can use Charlie's business sense to help them, you know, make that farm flourish. Help that farm flourish. There's no reason why we have to do this all separately. And I just don't like the narrative that, oh, if we knew up front that we weren't sole owners of the farm, I wouldn't be down here. That's a lie, because your husband was cheating on you in LA, so you need to get away. So you're going to have to be down there anyway. So that's my review of Queen Sugar. I know it's a little long, so I'm about to interruptions. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Facebook at Miss Moffat. And as always, I'm Miss Moffat, sitting on topics, ready to spill the tea, tell all the gossip. See you next time.